Uncensored Cowboy. Thank you for jumping in the chat. Danny Savage, Draft Guru, coming to you live from YouTube land. Who else? Who else except me at midnight? I'm also going to tell you a mock draft, a midnight mock draft later in a bit. Who else is watching HBCU tape at midnight besides me? And getting this tape is extremely hard. I thought I'd be able to get 10 out a day, but I'm down to 5. Uncensored Cowboy, boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. Got about an extra 60 players. Like the song says, win if you can, survive if I let you. Because nobody's going to work harder. Nobody's going to watch more football than me. They might have better graphics, better songs. All they're giving you is top 10 dudes. Bro, I'm at 690 already. Actually, 695 tonight. We're at 695 players tonight. Tomorrow we'll break 700. But yet, other so-called draft guys are like at 90. You do know there's like 6 years of tape on people. And me, truly, I don't know how you can look at 1 or 2 games and give someone a proper grade, especially if there's 6 years of tape on a guy. What do I know? What do I know? First kid, running back, Ike Brown. He's 5'9", 215 out of Lane College. He played in 2021, then he missed like 2 seasons. He played this last season. I call him 7-11. He had 711 yards, 7 touchdowns. Nothing's going to jump off the charts at you when you see this guy. I am going to say he has reliable hands coming out of the backfield, but even then, his stats are not tremendous. Neither are his size. But he will be on display at the Legacy Bowl, HBCU. That is their all-star game. Jay Graham, boom. Jay Graham, bro, who's dropping draft prospects at midnight but Danny Savage? Who's going to drop a mock draft for you after this? I might start a series, bro. Then they can't take it away. Midnight mocks. When you work 26 years at night, this is my mornings, bro. Legit. Day person, no bueno, bro. Don't want. I'm a night owl. Rather be out there, and I was. Rather be out there hunting at night. So, like I said, he will be on display for you at the HBCU Legacy Bowl, February 22nd. Like I said, it's taken me a while to get through these guys. Next kid, he's going to jump off the board at you a little more. Not his size, but his productivity. Jay Graham, boom. Nothing wrong with that. I'm supposed to be a better brother. Listen, bro, as long as you enjoy the content, I'll put it out there, man. Definitely. Next kid is running back Jada Byers, Virginia Union. Bro, he's only 5'7", 190. He had close to 2,100 yards and 27 touchdowns. I don't care what division you're in. That is crazy production. Bro, if this kid, this is like, where the analytics come into play and traits. If this kid was 2 inches taller, he'd be getting drafted. Legit. He's like a pinball. Bing, 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 boom, boom. He bounces off everybody and goes. Bro, I'm very I got 1, 2, 3, I got 4 stars. I just gave him a 5th star next to us. I want to see. Well, I'm gonna have to, get that information. I want to see what 40 this kid runs. These are the types of kids that get invited as an undrafted free agent that stick around on practice squads. Like I said the other night, NFL and fantasy football, a little bit similar. What's the one position in fantasy football during the season that you cannot go out and get? Running back. And that's the same way how it is in the NFL. I have seen the Baltimore Ravens lose 3 running backs in 1 week's time. 2 in games, 1 in practice. So think about that when these other content creators say, oh, we shouldn't be drafting more than 1 running back. We all listen, this is a channel open to all 32 NFL teams because I do mock drafts on all 32 NFL teams. But if this is a subpar elite talent-wise draft, and the strength is tight ends, running backs, defensive tackles, edges, safeties, why not stock up on some? That's the way I look at things. I bet he has some wheels on him. Yo, this kid can fly. And like I said, but bro, you can't measure heart, bro. You can't. And it's amazing how sometimes God puts, you get the biggest. I've seen kids straight up, bro, big for nothing. I'd be brutal. I'd tell them straight to your face. I'd be like, yo, you're going to get someone hurt, man. You're big for nothing. Nothing against being like a librarian, but I'd be like, yo, you should be a librarian. Be a male nurse. Nothing wrong with that. You're going to make way over 6 figures being a male nurse and RN. But the career you choose ain't for you, my friend. But yo, this kid can fly, and it's a shame he's not 2 inches taller because he would be getting drafted. I believe I did 4 running backs, 1 tight end. Boom. Here's the kid. He's a tight end, but he's nothing. All right. I'm not going to say 100 times out of 100, but I'm going to say about 75% out of 100. When I get to the HBCU for some reason, the tight ends are more like glorified wide receivers. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that in their build. Perfect example, Tavares Griffin, Alcorn State. 6'3", 215. What are we doing with that in the NFL? Had a friend of the family. He was starting tight end at West Virginia when Will Greer was there. I don't know, 6'6", 250. Then he went on after, what's the coach's name? Dana Hodgson left to Houston. He transferred to Rutgers. But basically, the difference between a college tight end and an NFL tight end is the running game. That's the difference. So this kid, Tavares Griffin, Alcorn State, 6'3", 215. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. He had a better 2023 than a 2024. I see him bringing nothing to the run block. Nothing. He's not going to bring nothing. That's like I said. I guess it's like I said, but this is just what I'm seeing. Don't get me wrong. I do have some HBCU with bigger size tight ends, but it seems like a lot of the tight ends in this conference are just glorified wide receivers, and they're smaller. Next kid is Jarrett Hunter out of Howard. 5'10", 205, 755 yards, and 5 touchdowns. 2023 stats were pretty similar. He had 9 touchdowns. He has a little bit better size. He also will be on display at the Legacy Bowl, HBCU. That's their version of like the Senior Bowl Shrine Game. Even though all these kids, if they were good enough, and some of these kids have been to the East-West Shrine Game, they have been at the Senior Bowl. Like, I'm gonna be shocked. No joke. This HBCU Legacy Bowl, like the entire South Carolina State team is there. I don't know if their coach is coaching it. I'm not concerned about that, but legit, like if you played football for South Carolina State, you're going to be at the HBCU Legacy Bowl. Like I said, midnight. Well, it depends. It all depends really what time zone you're at. Just dropped 5 players, dropped 4 running backs and a tight end, and we are at 695 players. And it's ironic some people are at 100. And check and I say that, bro, check every roster. Check every practice squad and see how many HBCU kids are on every NFL team. And it would shock you. And I get more excited and I get more gratification finding a diamond here. First round, second round, third round. That's a joke, bro. I get more satisfaction. Like last year, I had Brevin Spanford in my top tight ends. Ironically, he didn't get drafted, but he was a priority free agent for the Dallas Cowboys. And that's all in my 2024 rankings in my community section. I had Linda Taylor, defensive tackle for the University of Miami, in my top 10. He didn't get drafted. He went to the Jets, who had a good defensive line. And what do you know? He made the team. Started quite a few games. But he was in my top 10. Who I like, bro. Show me everybody else's tight ends. My top 10s. and see if any other ones of their top tens were undrafted free agents, but went on to start in the NFL and start double-digit games. And then you can compare it to mine. Thank you for jumping in the chat. We all know when you're rocking with the GWO for life. I want to throw a quick mock back out, and it's going to be, I think, 71.0. And when I start getting, like I said, we got to get to I'm honestly, I'm going to try my best to get to 800. I'm already at 755, around there-ish, and it's getting tough. It really is. And then then the breakdowns start, and we're going to start from the front and go back, and it'll be 30 players per position. But I'll be right back at you. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll be at you with mock draft 71.0 Dallas Cowboy edition for life.